Hello friends, today is going to be a fun one. I'll be reacting to all the good and the bad art I've made in 2024. Actually, if I'm being completely honest, this isn't all of them. If I put all my drawings into one video, it would be way too long. They also won't be in perfect order, but you can still see the progression, which is what really matters. Alright, let's do this. You can't take her onto an airplane because her chin is like a weapon. I didn't have a white gel pen to give her eye shinies, so she's just like staring into the abyss or whatever. I still don't have a white gel pen, so I guess even after a year I haven't learned my lesson. Tell me you can't draw hair without telling me you can't draw hair. I drew this on paper and traced it into Procreate. Let's just say it looked better on paper. Towards the very beginning of my drawing journey in 2024, I used a knockoff Apple Pencil with no pressure sensitivity because I'm cheap. Or maybe I was just broke. I also didn't have a matte screen protector, so drawing on my iPad felt a lot like a slip and slide. I called this one big-headed yet confident. I was still trying to get the hang of drawing bodies. I'd say the hardest part about drawing on paper is learning how to scale things properly in proportion to each other. Hence the bobblehead. I remember I was desperate to get smooth lines. I just used that feature in Procreate where you hold the pen down on the screen and it either gives you a perfect straight line or a perfect round line. This drawing was inspired by one of my child's dolls. I liked the hot pink line art, big fan. Behold, my first attempt at drawing a man from only my imagination. I named him August because I wanted him to be a cool guy, and also my birthday is in August. He's a little funny looking, but don't worry, he improves a bit when I draw him digitally. I said, "Don't worry, August, I will fix you." I was very proud when I fixed him, very proud indeed. He's really giving charming male cartoon energy with a hint of wonk. Slay, August, slay. I was really proud of this drawing. Look at those eyes, those legs. Even the hair isn't half bad. I really buckled down and improved. I don't remember if I drew this before or after the last one I just showed you, but it's very similar because of like the clothes and the hair and the face. It's of a girl holding an iPad and an Apple Pencil in celebration of the fact that I finally stopped being cheap and got the necessary tools to digitally draw and was getting the hang of digital drawing in general. Also, don't look at the shoulder area too closely, please. This is Layla, one of the fairies from the Winx Club for anybody who is unaware. It is truly beyond me how I couldn't tell the head was far too large until it was too late. Just goes to show sometimes you can't always see what's right in front of you. Hashtag philosophy, hashtag deep. Here's a digital fairy that I did. I was very proud of the anatomy and the colors. I'm not the best with colors if you haven't noticed. I feel like this drawing captures childhood wonder. Do you feel it? Do you feel the wonder? If my character, Starfy, had a mom, this would be her mom, because I'm pretty sure Starfy's design was born sometime shortly after this drawing. I just loved the spiky hair. It's like a cross between 80s hair and scene kid hair from the early 2010s. It was iconic, and so is Starfy's mama. I was so proud of this one. Now, let me tear it apart. Wow. You really did the bare minimum with the hair, didn't you? How can she breathe with a nose that small? Why are her shoulders like that? You really didn't want to bother with drawing clothes, and it shows. The face and the ear are one. Okay, I'm done. Oh yeah, this took me like 3 hours for some reason. I was obsessed with Sailor Moon when I was 5. I knew it was the only good show on Cartoon Network, hashtag hot take. I still like this drawing, but it's clear to me I was even worse back then at doing shadows than I am now. The bust area is not busting as it should. In the name of the moon, I approve. She's a queen. I made a little character on an app called Gotcha Life, and I wanted to draw her aged up. Can you tell I like black and purple? Cause I really, really do. Her arms and hand aren't really the most desirable proportions. I still say she's pretty kawaii though, so yay. I really like when I can just like sketch something on paper and then trace it into my drawing app to really bring it to life. This is Hello Kitty, but anthropomorphic style. I really like her. So yeah, leave your best furry jokes in the comments below and maybe I'll draw her again one day. I wanted to make my daughter a special birthday drawing, and I'm obsessed with how this one turned out. I can't even really roast it or anything. The only thing I would probably do different now is align the facial features better and color in the line art. I call this one Walmart Tokyo Mew Mew. I used to do this thing where I made the nose look like a hole in the face. Just a hole. That was a choice. I still to this day keep experimenting with nose shapes. Yeah, noses are tricky. Who knows when I'll find the one I really like. Okay, bye, moving on. Anyways, I call this one Cursed Fingers. Why? I have no idea. I like this at first glance, but it's a little too wonk wonk for my taste. I like this sketch I did of my child. Well, I like the face. Let's not look at the anatomy. She loves cats, so I gave her a cat-like facial expression. She is my Neko child. I wanted to let out my inner Disney adult and draw Sophia the First because I felt like her character design had hidden potential. This looks like a kid's book illustration to me. If anyone wants to hire this starving artist, call 1-800-I-TRIED. Inktober really changed me, you know? Yeah, the next few ones are gonna be Inktober drawings. They really helped me improve my line art, but also I hate coloring. So I was so relieved I didn't have to worry about that. Look at those heart pupils. She just loves that fruit. That awkward moment when somebody tells you to draw something you've seen your whole life, but somehow you forgot what it looks like. Yeah, that was me with the ocean, so just focus on the pretty mermaid coming out of the water. The water droplets are a nice touch, very elegant. I hope this doesn't scare anyone. I usually don't draw things this creepy, but it was Halloween and I was getting into the vibes, okay? I'm not really into creepy stuff, but I think this turned out just lovely. I was proud of this because I think it was the first drawing I did that actually looked like it was straight from a real official comic book. Well, at least to me it did. I call this one Mr. White Knight because that's just literally what he is. I love how it looks like the snow is black. The way I drew his nose kind of bugs me because he's supposed to be facing forward. That kind of nose that I drew on him really works best when the head is turned a little bit to the side. I call this one Avril Pixie because she reminds me of Avril Lavigne somehow. I was singing so much for my happy ending while I was finishing this one up. My intention was just to make her a mischievous, edgy fairy, and I just gotta say one thing about this one. 10 out of 10. Alrighty, now this one was a cross between the Spilled Inktober challenge and the Love to Draw Manga Pause Art challenge. If you're upset that I gave her 2 sets of ears, sorry not sorry, but she's a cutie and she does not deserve your judgment. It's giving old-timey Halloween movie. I love. Obsessed. He's actually about to live his best life and drink everyone's blood. Slay. I did Lorelai from Gilmore Girls for the coffee prompt because why wouldn't you? Yeah, I tried giving her dimples. I can't tell if they work or if they just look like random dots on her cheeks. I really like her, can't you tell? To me, she's like the poster child for hot moms everywhere. This is Catra from She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I love Catra. I feel like Catra is me and I am her. This drawing didn't come out perfect, but I drew Catra and Catra is a beautiful cat girl, and that's all that really matters. Actually, now that I say cat girl, I see I didn't draw her ears or tail. Whoops. I've definitely done mistakes like that before, but I don't even know if the ears would have shown with the hat on. Here we have an aged up version of American Dragon Jake Long, in anime style, because why not? It just fits. He looks really cool. In his own words, he's the Mac Daddy Dragon of the NYC. Say that 10 times without cringing. Pikachu Lum, 11 out of 10. Wow, I really love this one. The background, giving. The hair, giving. Like, oh my god, she looks so good. I love Lum from Urusei Yatsura. She's just, everything. 11 out of 10, chef's kiss. I was getting real experimental with my art style. The mouth is shaped funny and the shoulders are rather boxy. Still cute though. I wanted to design a nerdy webtoon character, and yes, I love him with all my being, but what is going on with the top of his head? Sir, that is very cursed. I feel like the Instagram filter I put on this is honestly doing half the work here because this wasn't finished, but when I added the Instagram filter, it almost looked like far more rendered than it actually was. Just like the Jake Long drawing, I was experimenting with more like geometric, jaggedy lines. I love her, and I feel like she needs a flower crown immediately. This was a tribute to my girl Barbara. I feel like the lip color doesn't really go well with the other colors. By the way, I'd like to take this moment to apologize to Barbie for all those times I threw her down the stairs. Sorry. When I drew this, I felt like my art had peaked. This is Trixie Tang from Fairly OddParents staged up. My kid roasted me for putting in a speech bubble when her mouth was closed. I didn't need that kind of negativity in my life, so I grounded her. Just kidding. Sometimes you gotta learn the hard way through someone being brutally honest with you. Brutally. Here I was like, okay, let me see if I can recapture the magic of my last drawing again, and this is what I got. I got this edgy queen. She can walk around alone at night because she can beat anyone up. Don't mess with her, or her fluffy ponytail. Yes. 1,000 times yes to whatever she's about to say to me. I call her Summer because it's the perfect name for her and no one can tell me otherwise. She's that one girl that's a little too perfect, you know? I don't know, something about this picture makes me feel so immersed. 11 out of 10. Imagine if The Sims 4 was a webtoon. That's what this is. Let me give you some context for anyone who might be confused. This guy, Johnny, is a game character that was disowned from his rich family for wanting to be a comedian. And the woman is a game character that hits people with her purse if they flirt with her. And she says, "Are you getting fresh with me, young man? Take that cheek somewhere else." It's hilarious. And this was my final piece of the year, and I just love her. I especially love her butterfly eyes. I used some silver glitter for the eye shinies, and fun fact, this is the first drawing that I ever fine lined. I feel like the first time you fine line a sketch, it's like level 10 pressure. It was still pretty fun to do. Her face and clothes are lacking a little detail and contrast, but with a face like that, who the heck even cares? She is adorable. Hey, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, you're officially part of the Cool Kids Club. So why don't you comment down below what you thought of the video and put a little emoji with the sunglasses on, or just let me know what you'd like to see for future videos. I seriously take those into consideration, you know. Talk to you soon. Bye!